The 16th Territorial Regiment's heroic resistance at Courcelles helped to stop the German army breaking through French lines, and Paris remained in French control for the rest of the war. Louis recovered from his injuries and went on to serve as an army interpreter. He continued to write regularly to Lizzie and his children.
So it's just incredible to look at all these letters from Louis to the family in England. There's a letter here from 1918. That must be getting towards the end of his service. He's maybe about to be demobbed. And then he went back to London, I know that, and he worked at the Savoy for all those years. And then he reappears in France. The address is in an area called Maison Lafitte. I've no idea where that is, but this is where he seems to have lived in this later part of his life. So I would love to go there, love to find out where Louis is buried.
In the early 1930s, Louis left England and his family for good, retiring to the quiet town of Maison Lafitte just outside Paris. He died there on the 17th of September 1949 at the age of 72. Jo has contacted the local cemetery in Maison Lafitte, who have a record of her great-grandfather's burial there. Cemetery attendant Max Wiedemann has agreed to show her Louis's resting place.
Nous allons tourner à gauche. Si vous montrez, on va y arriver là.
Jo is the first member of her family to visit Louis's grave.
Voilà.
Il est ici.
Voilà, Monsieur Louis Voland repose dans la fosse commune.
Pourquoi?
Alors au bout d'un certain nombre d'années, comme les personnes ne se manifestent pas, la famille et tout, les corps sont exhumés. On fait ce que l'on appelle des réductions de corps. Et donc il a été réinhumé dans un ossuaire, dans une fosse commune. Je suis désolé pour vous.
Louis was put in a communal grave, which is a horrible shock. Il y a combien de personnes sont ici?
On n'a pas de nombre exact, on n'a pas de nombre, parce que c'est une fosse commune, c'est un ossuaire en fait.
I asked him how many people are in this grave, because immediately I think, well, fine, you know, I want him out of there and I will make sure that he's buried properly. But they literally don't know how many people have been put into this communal grave, so finding Louis's remains could be very difficult.
Louis was originally buried in a single plot, but as the cemetery became overcrowded and none of his relatives could be traced, his remains were moved in 1968.
I must be honest, part of me is very angry because he had family, and until relatively recently he had quite close family, in that the last of his children didn't die very long ago. And certainly my mother, who was so keen to know where he was buried, can have had no idea what had happened. It's such an unfitting end for a really extraordinary man.
I've always been most impressed with bravery against the odds. You know, bravery when it looks like you're beaten, bravery when, okay, we're all gonna die, but let's go down fighting. And that's what he did.